What up everybody, this is 𝗡𝗢𝗡 and today we're here to discuss about non-fungible tokens. First of all, I want to say how non-fungible tokens came into my life because I don't know, 1 week ago or a few days ago I had no idea what non-fungible tokens were and they just came repeatedly into my life. So I just want to share this story with you guys. First of all, the first time that I got to know about non-fungible tokens, or at least that I got them in a discussion, was when one of my friends told me that Logan Paul just sold $3 million of a piece of art on the internet in 1 day. And I was like, this is crazy. And for those of you who don't know, Logan Paul, it's a YouTuber that has a very large following on YouTube. And he does any type of fancy videos and I don't know much about Logan Paul, actually. I never watched a video on YouTube about him, but that's not the point. And my friend told me about that and I didn't really know what non-tangible tokens were. And then again, the week keeps on going on and another guy from New York that I told to, he told me, hey, have you ever heard about non-fungible tokens? And I was like, no man, I don't know much about that, never heard of them, didn't make the connection with Logan Paul from a couple of days before. I was like, no, never heard of that. And the topic just stayed away. Then another day, oh yeah, actually a couple of days ago, I was making a video about Roblox, the one that I already shared. And in that video I was talking about video games and how people sell and create pieces of art on video games and also items on video games. But again, I didn't connect that with non-fungible tokens, and they just kept on going. And then I was checking an interview that was discussing cryptocurrencies and was discussing blockchain, and then they started to mention NFTs again in that interview, and I was like, what the world is going on here? And again, another time, I was watching a Gary Vee TikTok and he mentioned NFTs. And I was like, okay, now I need to check it out. I need to understand what it is, or at least do some research in order to have a better view on that. And basically, from my research, I understood that non-fungible tokens are assets on the blockchain technology, and there are also other assets on the blockchain technology, like for example, everybody knows about cryptocurrencies, but in appearance, from what I understand, those are fungible tokens. Fungible just means interchangeable. Basically means that you can exchange a cryptocurrency with another cryptocurrency. You can exchange one Bitcoin with another Bitcoin, or one Bitcoin Cash with another Bitcoin Cash, or one Ethereum with another Ethereum. And non-fungible, it just means that those assets on the blockchain technologies are not interchangeable between one and another. Now, to understand a little better, let's say that in general, those are digital assets, and those digital assets are happening in the gaming community. So anything related to gaming that you can build, like for example, real estate in video games. Apparently, one piece of real estate in a video game was sold for more than 1.5 million. And that is mind-blowing, at least for me, because if you think about it, one home, nice one, in Los Angeles is sold for the same price. And so here comes the discussion about value. But first of all, those tokens are exchanged in the gaming industry, also in the digital art niche, and many other industries, like digital real estate, as we say it now. What's apparently important for those tokens is that every token just represents a piece of ownership of a digital asset. And everybody on the internet is making the example of the Mona Lisa. They say, imagine that many tokens represent the ownership of the Mona Lisa, and those tokens are sold, and everybody that has a token has a portion of the ownership of the Mona Lisa. And that looks fair enough. It's like, it's just splitting the value of something into many parts and selling it. Fair enough. But the point is that we're talking about digital assets here. And here comes the fancy part. We're giving value to those digital assets in a way that is uncommon, because in the past, for example, I don't know, take the example of bread and water. If you take that example, the price of those items comes from supply and demand, and the scarcity of the good and the need of the good. So the price just makes sense, you know? If more people want more bread, bread's price is gonna go up. If less people want that is gonna go down, you know? In general, that's the way it works. But with digital tokens, it's really different because, first of all, we're talking about art. So a lot of the price comes from perceived value from the users. And how do you really give a price to a piece of digital content that is considered art? That's tricky, right? I don't know if I will ever pay, honestly, 1.5 million for a real estate on a video game. Maybe yes, if I think that the price is gonna go up, yes. One of the reasons for which people say that tokens and blockchain is very good for non-fungible tokens is that this is gonna make every single piece of art built on this blockchain unique, because every token is gonna have an ID, and based on the way in which the blockchain works, it's gonna be pretty much impossible not to understand the history of this ID and this token. So it's gonna be very easy to prove historically the ownership of the token related to an asset. And this looks very cool. This needs, in my opinion now, this needs context, because if we think about those tokens as a way of an alternative investment, like for example can be I don't know, art, or for example a watch, for example a Rolex in some cases can be considered as an alternative investment. But if in this case, if we consider digital assets, the situation becomes a little tricky. Because in my opinion, the value of any piece of art that is going to be created now, in this situation, is going to be very much related to the personal brand that the person that is building the art has. For sure, Logan Paul now is a very big, strong and powerful brand. People like Logan Paul, and this is the reason why I was able to sell 3 million of those assets in one day, digital assets. I'm not sure if this is an investment that is going to make sense in the future, because what if everybody is like, the first one that I had made a lot of money, was good for me, so every token that is related to that asset is going to be unique. But what if every person starts to make multiple ones? Or what if just every person starts making them? What's the real value of an asset that is built on the blockchain from one person compared to the value of another asset that is built on the blockchain by another person? It's going to be really tricky to get the value and the price of that. So, my personal opinion, it's just my opinion, it's not a law. I think that many people are going to become rich, very rich from those things. And those things are going to become bigger in time as the years go by. On the other side, many people that are going to invest in this, they're going to lose money, because it's very hard, according to me, to keep the value high in any single project, in any single token, in any single piece of art, and in any video game. But if you think every investment is going to be like that in general, if you invest in stocks, for sure some are going to perform better than others. I think in this case the risk can be higher. Probably the reward can be high as well, but for how many of those assets? It's impossible to know the answer right now, honestly. Those are just thoughts that come to my mind and that I want to share with you. And it's very cool to do it because it's something very new. The first type of those tokens was released in 2018, and it's all very fresh because what I'm talking about just happened the past month in 2020, and many of those things happened in 2020. If you think one of the most famous token that happened was, I think it was called 𝗡𝗢𝗡, which was a video game built on the Ethereum technology, and just gave the possibility to buy virtual cats. You know, pets, digital digital kitties, call them whatever you want to call them. But if you think that the ones that sold for the highest price sold for $100,000, you really understand that people are putting real money into this. And for me, $100,000, it looks like a very high number. But who knows, maybe in some years it's going to be a small number compared to the value that it's going to have. I don't know. This is just, this makes me think a lot. Makes me think how everything is changing. And a couple of days ago, I didn't even know about that, you know? And that's crazy. Of course, those type of assets, NFTs, were applied also in some other fields. For example, if you think that Nike paid some patents on some crypto sneakers or something like that, some sneakers that are digital and they store a digital value, that's unseen again. I know I say this word many times in my videos, but this is unseen. Or there was an album, of course, in the music industry that was published through those digital assets. And it was the first of its kind, if I'm not wrong, in 2018 or 2019. So this is spreading across different industries, this is spreading across different products, digital assets, digital investments. Call them whatever you want to call them, but it is happening. And I'm very, very curious to see how this is going to change in the future, how this is going to evolve in the future, and what this is going to lead to. Let me think. I'm just making this up right now. I think that if we split this discussion by sectors, this is going to explode very, very much in the gaming industry. Now, I'm not a gamer. I stopped playing video games, I guess last time was 10 years ago, something like that. But I think it's going to explode in the gaming industry because in addition to art, you can distribute tools. And real tools means that they have a real use in the video game. And this is bringing to this. I don't know, this is almost a parallel world because people are using this in that world and that context. I don't know, maybe they're building a, bigger gun to shoot better in the video game, or they're building a bigger house in the video game so they can protect themselves better. I don't know, I'm not a gamer, I'm sorry, but I think it's very cool. That is very interesting. And as an investment, again, I'm unsure how it's gonna behave, but I'm very open to those type of challenges that are coming to society in general. And if you think that big companies like Nike did this, this makes me think why some companies do it and other companies don't. It's interesting. This is pretty much for today's video, no scripted video. Also, this video is gonna end with a call to my haters that are my best friends that didn't like this bottom shirt. Actually, I do like it. Let me know if you do or you don't. And that's everything for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and now you know a little bit more and have a little bit more of perspective on NFTs like I do, because I didn't know anything one day ago. And let's see you in the next video. Hello guys, bye bye guys, have a nice night. Peace from the Drip channel, that's it.